All right, my friend, welcome to the next day of this 30-day challenge where we are building an online course, uploading it to Kajabi and putting it out there into the world to monetize our knowledge, our business, basically getting this thing off the ground. And in the previous videos, we talked about outlining our course. We've talked about putting it together, like recording it. And then in the previous video, we talked about editing. So now we are looking inside of Kajabi and actually how to put it together inside of Kajabi. And again, this will be very, very simple. I've kept things so simple in my business as well, and that's the way I'm happy with it. So let's just kind of dive into the back end and take a look. So here you can see under my courses section here, I essentially have all my different offers for my audience, whether it's a full-fledged course, cinematic music creation, which goes through the whole start to finish process, or something very, very simple and mini course, like, for example, MIDI Mockup Secrets. So let's take a look at this one, MIDI Mockup Secrets here. This is what I would actually consider a mini course. I promise it as like 10 professional level tips to help you get orchestral music sounding professional inside your computer. So here you can see it's a combination of different things. We have the individual modules, and within each module we have the individual lessons. So it's modules and lessons, just like how we outlined on our Word document. We have the modules, like module 1 is about this, the intro to orchestration, module 2, how to write for the strings, module 3, etc. And then within each module, you have the individual lessons to cover specific things in your topic, right? So here you can see I have my module, right? And with the title and the description, and then I have the individual lessons within as well. So if we look at tip number 1, I titled it Use Volume and Expression within this module. And then here I've uploaded the video, and it's about a 9-minute video. And you can also leave in a description as well, which I highly recommend so that they can not only watch, but also read and apply. Now, if you want to add in a downloadable file, you can do that as well, whether it's a PDF. PDFs tend to be like the most common thing that I upload as downloadables because I like to give them like workbooks or cheat sheets or checklists to supplement their learning. So you can do that here as well. So simple. And then when you're happy with it, you just click published and then save and it's good to go. So let's take a look again. So within MIDI Mockup Secrets, how do we actually upload a video? Well, up here in the right-hand corner, this is where you would do it. So you click Add Content. And now you have the choice. Do I upload a module, a submodule, which allows you to, add another folder within one of your core modules. So maybe within an intro to the virtual orchestra, you have separate things about that intro that you want to talk about in different levels. So you can use submodules for that, right? So here's the title. Let's say Orchestration Details. And what's the top level module? Well, that would be Intro to the Virtual Orchestra that we just talked about. Then you add a description, you can add a thumbnail if you want, and then put it together. In addition, you can add the individual lessons, right? And then again, put it into the module you want, as well as a quiz. So this is really good to keep people accountable, give them action steps. And you can also batch upload multiple videos, which is something I do a lot. So let's say you have, 20 videos you've recorded and you don't want to spend time uploading each individual one to Kajabi, you can batch upload them all at the same time. I believe the limit is up to 20 videos at a time, if I'm not mistaken. So it's literally as simple as that. And let's just take a look at here, maybe one more of these lessons. So look inside. Right, here's the video. This one's 25 minutes long. And within the description, you can actually link them to other things as well. So you can upload a file to it, or you can choose an external link. It's totally up to you. And again, you can add downloadables if you like. So that's really all there is to it. And just to really quickly walk you through themes, because this is where you will choose how your course is actually presented to the public. So if you take a look here, this is the theme that I've chosen. We'll take a look at what it is in just a second, but you can see how simple it really is. I have my banner up here at the top, the course thumbnail there, and then, welcome to this mini course is like its own module first, the introductory module, a couple videos here. Then we have the 10 MIDI Mockup Secrets, right? And then the bonus, and then the thank you at the very end, the conclusion video, okay? And again, very, very simple template. So let's take a look at that. So I believe if I go back to MIDI Mockup Secrets, it's under Customize. Here's where we can see the different templates that we have. So if we take a look at installed templates, The Premier product is sort of the default one that Kajabi comes with. So the one that I chose for this one is called Next, and this was a complementary theme that came included with Kajabi as well. So let's take a look. If we click install template, these are the ones that they give us here so far. Sunset, gamify. So you can actually gamify, which is pretty cool. We can preview it to take a look what it looks like, right? There's momentum, which is sort of your classic lessons on the left, and then having the videos in the middle and the descriptions underneath where they can leave comments, which I love. What else? Prosper. This is another good one. Keeps things very simple. This looks like very similar to the next one that I used for this course, Mini Mockup Secrets. And then Creative is one that I love. It really stands out, as you can see, right? Kind of a dark theme there. And then Premier is the typical one that comes with Kajabi by default. So they actually kind of look similar, but that's your general theming. And then within that theme, of course, you can customize even further. So if I go into customize here for the next theme, you can change the language, you can change the colors, the favicon. I've chosen this blue as my primary color, this gray as my secondary color, which is sort of like the background. I kind of like this just more minimalist look here. So yeah, that's just a quick look at the themes, the availabilities, but I would always recommend keeping it as simple as possible because that's where you're really going to get the biggest results for your students. The more you distract them with, the more likely they're going to just disengage. So keep it as simple as you can, make the transformation very, very clear and give them that transformation every single step of the way and you'll be good to go. Right? So you can see how simple that is to actually put your course up in Kajabi. That really is the bread and butter. That really is the heartbeat of this platform. So if you have any questions about it, do let me know. I'd love to help out. But again, if you want to join Kajabi and follow along with me every single step of the way, you can take advantage of my extended 30-day free trial in the description. Plus, I'll give you those 2 bonus mini courses, Kajabi in 30 days and content marketing for creatives, along with my complimentary 30-minute coaching call, which you can again take advantage of anytime. This offer is valid throughout the duration of this challenge, this 30-minute coaching call. But once you join Kajabi during this challenge, you can forward me your first month's receipt or your annual receipt for Kajabi, and we can set up your coaching call anytime you like, whether you need some help in your business or you just want to ask a couple questions. I'd be more than happy to serve you that way. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, and I will see you very soon. Take care.